G'day guys. We get a lot of questions about the Jmacx rear end with the coil conversion, and there are quite a few different ways to do it. At the moment, we've got a few different builds in the shop that have all got the Jmacx rear end, and they've all done it in a different way. So we thought it'd be a great opportunity to show you through the different options and explain the differences between the kits. All three of these vehicles are the same. They're all a 2020 dual cab 79 Series Landcruiser. They are all the same colour, but that's irrelevant. So this one here is the standard Jmacx bolt-in coil conversion. So we take out the factory leaf spring rear end, we take out the diff housing, bolt in a cradle into the chassis that accepts all of the new suspension, and then fit up that coil rear end with the new diff housing, which will correct your track. This option here we can do with a GVM of 3900 or 4200 with a full maintained 3.5 tonne towing capacity. Now the next option over here is the same setup, but with a 300mm chassis extension. So this has the same bolt-in rear coil conversion, all the same parts, same options of GVM, everything's the same, but we've just included a chassis extension. So we cut the factory chassis, we put 300mm into it, and then it all gets welded up together with internal and external bracing to make it much stronger. This does give a little bit more tray space, but more importantly, it moves that rear axle backwards, which gives us better weight distribution between the front and rear axles, which makes the handling of the vehicle a lot better and does severely improve the ride comfort as well. And the third vehicle here is the Jmacx Super chassis. So on this one, we cut the factory chassis, and then we put a whole new rear end on. So rather than lengthening the standard chassis, we're putting a fabricated rear end. This does have the 300mm extension fabricated into the chassis, as well as the coil conversion. So rather than using a bolt-in cradle for the coil conversion, it is part of the chassis, and it's obviously much bigger and stronger as well to handle harsh conditions and the additional weight. With this Jmacx Super chassis, we do achieve a higher GVM. So rather than the optional 3900 or 4200, this does give us a 4495, so you get a much bigger GVM. And we can also give you a 4 tonne towing capacity rather than your 3.5 tonne towing capacity on the bolt-in coil conversions. It does have a rear winch cradle, so you have the option to put a rear winch in if you want to. Standard in the kit is a heavy-duty clutch, a long-range fuel tank, 185 litres, and you've got a tow bar built into the chassis. So all of these things, instead of buying separately, they come as part of the kit. So that's a few different ways that you can do the Jmacx coil conversion. Bolt-in coil conversion, same thing with a 300mm chassis extension added, or the full Jmacx Super chassis. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of information that helps you make a decision as to which option's better for you. All three of these we can do pre or post rego. We do have the options for 2 inches, 3 inches or 4 inches of lift with all three, and 33 or 35 inch tyres. And when we do it as part of our GVM package, you also get a brake upgrade, you also get an exhaust system, and if you're running 35s, we do run a speedo corrector as well. If you do have any more questions or if there's more information that you require, feel free to jump on our website or shoot through an email or give the boys a call.